It's a beautiful Sunday morning, and I was reading in this gorgeous magazine about the mojito, and lucky for me, I had a bottle of rum, not even opened yet, fresh from the press. Got some mint, got some limes, some sugar, which normally would be just granulated, but we're fancy, so we made simple syrup. A little bit of soda, very easy drink. So when we read through this article, it talks about this drink being centuries old from Cuba, and it kind of started as a pirate remedy, and it turned into a tropical icon and a drink that is in all the beach resorts and at all the cool rooftop bars. It's just a great drink, but it started as this like rough kind of medicinal solution. Sailors, pirates, all these people, they would get sick and they needed a remedy. The acid and the sugar and the alcohol was a perfect way to get through the voyage. But now today, we don't have to add all these things to make the alcohol palatable. The alcohol on its own, very nice, but we still do love the mojito. So we're gonna make it very easy, don't need fancy tools. First of all, we need a glass, big glass. First thing we wanna do is we wanna get the mint in there. I keep the nicest one, that's gonna be the little garnish in the end. We pluck some of the leaves off. Another fancy trick that a lot of restaurants would use is they'll plug the mint, but they'll keep the little tops, and then they put all the tops together, and that would be a great garnish. But as you can see, Publix, not the best mint. We use what we got, Frankenstein mint. Muddlers come in all shapes and forms. If you can see one side, I don't know if it's gonna focus, but one side has teeth. When we use mint, we don't want the teeth, we don't want to grind it open because it's gonna turn the mint into more of a bitter, astringent component, and we do not want that. Lime. If you do not have a measurement cup, normally one lime should give you about 3/4 of an ounce or 1 ounce of juice. Simple syrup, which is basically, I put 2 ounces of sugar with 2 ounces of water, warmed it up a little bit so it dissolves. I like this more than the granulated sugar in the recipe because of the granulated sugar tends to sit on the bottom. If you're a quick drinker, we want a nice, consistent drinking experience. Sugar syrup. Get all those oils out of that mint without ripping the leaves apart. I want to lick this, but I'm not gonna do that for obvious reasons. So we're gonna add the ice. I'm gonna be halfway because we still want some room to stir it all together. A lot of recipes will ask for a Blanco rum, like an unaged rum. I love using Brugal. Amazing to add a little more complexity to this drink. So now we get our beautiful spoon and we kind of move it all around. Delicious. And you can see there's not a lot of room for soda. There's a lot of flavored sodas around now. I'm just saying this because I didn't have normal soda. So I'm gonna use like a Spindrift with peach, probably like 2 ounces. Boom. We lift up the ice a little bit so everything can marry together. Slap it one more time. Now we just kind of push it in here. There we go. A beautiful mojito. Act like a pirate, act like a normal person at a resort. I don't care. This is an amazing drink. Cheers.